Hey guys, Kuzo here, back with another video, another stream, not a video. Which you know what that means, we gotta throw up these linkses, get them going on the socials. Boom, boom, shaboom. Done ad, move down there, shoot up on Insta, and now we got the twatters. With Twitter twatters. We all set? Alright. Hey, what's up, Emerson? What's up, Una? What's up, Sparky? What's up, Abdillah? Rito? Probably said that wrong, but I apologize. There's some dust on my glasses. What's up, King Green? What's up, Braz? What's up, Tomeru? I think that's how you would say it, Tomeru? I don't know. What's up, Mercy? What's up, Felix? What's up, Dark Artist? What's up, Hazatake? What's up, Shafe? Alright, what's up, Jordy? The notification you like to receive. Oh, we got a notification. That's good. So, I have something to show you guys. Maybe I'll show you. Well, I gotta show you. Because I'm going to be on the page. Liking the thumbnail. Sweet. My glasses always have dust on them. I know, right? So, first off, before I move on to another page, we got new markers as well. I had to actually switch it into a new different container here because it's like an old candy-ish container, and yeah, I actually got some Crayola markers. Yeah. What is the page number? I actually took a bit of a break yesterday and I only did like 4 or 5 pages. Well, actually, how many pages did I do? It's the 27th. 26. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. I took a little bit of a break yesterday and I did 4 because my shoulder was starting to hurt pretty bad. But, okay. We are on 85, which is fine. It's alright. It is what it is. But we're going to have fun. But I bought some Crayola markers and take a look at this. I drew Naruto. Like, straight up colored him and everything with cheap markers. Is that not something else or what? Sparky, I'm on page 27. It's been 2 days. That's totally awesome. Alright, let's get to some drawing. But yeah, Boruto's dad, get out of here. I know it is, but that's just a weird way to put it. Alright. Take a drink of coffee. It's really good. Thank you. I know, isn't that crazy though? With markers that are just. It was with a Crayola, one of the Crayola markers. It was just this purple Crayola marker. You sped up my art process. Good to hear, Mercy. And these markers. I'm just so surprised at the level you can actually get with this type of stuff. One thing I regret though is, notice I put some shades, right? You can see the shades. That's cool. But one thing I didn't take into account, because I started coloring up here with the orange, right? But look what happened when I started telling myself, oh, maybe I should leave spots for highlights. And I left out spots for highlights and put yellow in, and it looked way better. And so it kind of sucks that I didn't do that up here. It would have looked a little bit better. I tried doing it with some of the skin, as you can see. I left whites for highlights. But anyways, Let's get draws and how much should be zoomed up? All right. We're just gonna do anatomy on this one. Now, I got these because I knew they would be slightly thinner, and I was getting kind of sick of. I wanted to have some different size options because the other ones were nice, but the more I used them, they started to get thicker and thicker, which I wanted to try to get something that had a bit of a finer tip to it. I'm gonna go call my cousin. All right, sounds good. Made it, says Fizz. Good to hear, good to hear. Sketchy Punkin? You need to try Posca pens for highlights over already colored areas. It works for me. Huh. Be interesting. I mean, if they're like a layover type thing where, like, kind of like a gel or a paste, because if you do highlights over something, it means you're basically needing to negate what you've already put down. Is this going to be an 8-hour stream? No, it will not be. I don't know if I want to do another one of those this week. Maybe I will. We'll see. I'm kind of waiting to see how that stream does. So far, it looks like it makes less revenue for me, which is fine, but because it makes up with the fact that even though it makes less revenue, what it does is we actually get more of the community. We get more people coming in. So, believe it or not, we are at 28,437. That's pretty crazy for this channel, going up like that. So that 8-hour stream has 6,000 views, which in retrospect, compared to my other streams we've been doing, it's a pretty good amount. So I would have to say that this either an 8-hour stream or 3 to 4 hour streams, or 3 to 4 hour streams for art seems optimal. They seem like the best option. Because 3 to 4 hours, that's pretty dope art. Thank you very much, Cosmic. But 3 to 4 hours seems pretty optimal, because that's also a time frame where the people who miss watching it don't feel so daunted by how big the stream is, so they'll probably watch it, more of it most likely, than they would for an 8-hour stream. So I think that's an optimal time, so about half. Do Crayola markers blend well? No. So the only reason why I was able to perform this drawing here, notice how none of it blends in. It's because I went for a straight up cell shaded style. I didn't go for any blending. And so you can perform almost the same type of feats that anime does if you have the right colors for cell shades. Because anime is literally just cell shaded. It's just, you have to think of it like trying to get an image to show. Gotta really think of it kind of like this type of stuff. Is look, there's only flats, there's a highlight, and then there's a shadow. That's what, if you're doing it with stuff that doesn't blend, that's how you want to look at it. A flat, tiny little shadows that are like solid shadows, and then also highlights. And that's all you, when you have things that don't blend, that's how you kind of go about it. My cam's lagging a little bit. Shoot. Let me know if it keeps doing it. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it kind of works itself out. If not, I'm going to try something with my microphone. And the mid body of her is a little bit too long. That's not good. I'm going to shorten it up. And I'm also going to come in. Tradesman, I am an anime artist, but how do you make a good character? I've been drawing for a year. I haven't developed my own style yet, but I want to be able to draw an interesting character. Tips. Those are like design tips, and your designs. The problem with that, if you're not at a decent enough level to be able to even execute the character design, it's going to be hard to design a character if you can't draw the character. So that's a little hard to kind of give advice on, but the thing is with character designs is that there's a lot to it. There's big, medium, and small. There's how much of one theme should you put onto the character, overlaying like specific patterns to keep it consistent on the character. So, for example, if a character has a design pattern on part of a clothing piece that's like this, and we have this here, and the design is something like this, having repeating patterns where this goes all the way around, let's say. Let's go ahead and it's good to take this pattern and also repeat it in a different spot on the uniform or something like that, where if they had maybe something on their pants, on a cloth maybe hanging down from their belt, repeating small patterns that might be in the same general idea or style as that one. You don't want to go from that to like some sort of gothic type texture. You're trying to have things be more cohesive. And character design a lot of the time comes around to like, and having when I say big, medium, and small, I've taken that to like another level when it comes to character design. And big, medium, small is basically just the rule where you have something that's big, medium, and small, and it's kind of like this. So if you add, let's go small, medium, big. So this is super standard. But if we were to switch it up, this looks a little bit more interesting, which seems kind of weird, but also you might see a character design that's like this. And this is kind of the same idea. You got this small, you got this big, and you got this medium. And these are ways to design characters. That's why I'm saying there's actually a lot that goes into it, and without actually knowing how to draw decently, character design is a little hard. You can learn the rules, but executing it is a whole different story. And when I was explaining the big, medium, small, the whole reason why I was starting to explain that was because you can do that with so many aspects of the character design. For example, Naruto, you can kind of look at him as one of the predominant things on his outfit is, one, he has a headband. Two, he has this kind of jumper jacket, and then he has this like poofy thing. So when I think of Naruto, I think of like his jumper jacket that's orange and blue. So there's so much you can go with colors as well. You can have, you know, one dull color and two like predominant colors, or you can go with something where Naruto actually has one thing on his, like two things on his outfit that stand out, and that's his headband and the thing that goes on his shoulder. Other than that, everything else is pretty standard. You could also argue the fact that he has that thing on his shoulder, and then for balance, he has then the leg band down here. But most of the ninjas have that. So there's a lot that goes into character design. Because on top of big, medium, small, you can also go into asymmetry and balance. Which, like I said, those are rules you can learn. And if you want to learn it more in depth, because I don't have, I can't go over too much of it here, but I'd suggest just to look up some how to draw character designs or character design tutorial on YouTube. And I'm sure you can find some pretty decent stuff. Because I learned most of my stuff from either studying other people's designs, or I wish his feet were a little bigger, or watching other people's stuff on design in general. Have you ever watched Squid Game? No, I have not. Alright, well then, let's get in here with some form lines, see. What's up, Soulbound? Be right back, says Sparky. It's amazing to me how Naruto and Goku have the same color schemes. Yeah, it's true. And something to actually take note of my character Owen is I literally studied the character designs and traits of the most popular characters. And there's a reason why I colored him the way he is now. I don't think this is completely accurate because I think I changed it, but dang it, you can't see that. But kind of like Owen right there, I specifically took the concept of the fact that these characters wear blue, red, and like blue, red, and yellow a lot of the time. And orange as well. They're these like bright primary colors that scream enthusiastic, and that's what these colors kind of represent. So I took that concept and I was like, okay, I want his, he's not as enthusiastic as Naruto and Goku. So I thought to myself, I was like, what I'm gonna have to do here is, I think blue should be a bigger primary color for him, and it's gonna be a slightly lighter blue, because he's a little bit, he's just not as enthusiastic as those characters. He is enthusiastic, just not as enthusiastic. Hey, what's up? Sparky's back. Says neither of those. Yeah, they kind of took a different approach, which is, it's kind of a good thing to do, because it would have been, it was already compared to Naruto and them as is. Not to mention, their uniforms are pretty much like black. Anyways, because they're in the Black Bulls, it makes sense. And if his hair was anything, if his hair was green, it would be considered like Deku. If his hair was any sort of dark shade of blue, people would have compared him to Sasuke. If his hair was yellow, they would have compared him to Naruto. If his hair was black, they would have compared him to Goku. If his hair was blonde, they still would have compared him to Goku and Naruto. So they made a good decision to make his hair white or grayish. And you'd be like, well, Sasuke had like black hair. And it's like, actually, he did. But when you look at the shade they use every time they color his darn hair, it changed throughout the series, the way they did the coloring. They would use a very, very muted blue. This is Boku no Hero. Oh, My Hero Academia. You know, I just realized I never got a YouTube notification for my video going up on my app. Huh. Interesting. Because yes, I'm subscribed to my own channel. Do I have any rules of thumb when deciding on line weight? Yes, thick to thin. And one of my bigger rules of thumb is your lines will typically be thinnest in areas in which the light is hitting the most. And when two lines converge, like here, it means that light's most likely going to hit less in those spots because they're converging like this. So if you look at my hands like this, I know it's small on the screen. Here, you don't see anything much here, these edges, but the moment I put them together, there's a shadow that runs down along here, and it's a converging point because it's curving inwards towards my palms, and now you see a line. You do this, there is no line. That's kind of the concept there. Why does that drawing look familiar? I don't know. I didn't look at anything for this. You might be thinking of 02 because I put horns on her, which is totally valid because I was just like, person with horns. Hey, what's up, Harukami? Hey man, how are you doing? I'm doing alright. I woke up really late today. Actually, understatement. I stayed up late last night and I was doing some pages because I did a few pages this morning. And when I say this morning, I'm talking about I was awake at like I was basically awake all night until like 8 in the morning. I went to take a nap. By the way, I was watching like this, wait, he's using Crayola upgrade. Yeah, I got them because they have a thinner tip. I'm still going to be using all the markers I got, but I was watching Third's stream and I was like, what? Hey, I was like, his markers are thinner than mine. This is unfair. I was completely worn out today. Work was hard at the weekend. Good thing I got free tomorrow. That's awesome, man. I mean, it sucks that you got tired out. I know how that is with work. I take it you work at just like, a normal first job, like some sort of customer service place, like most people do when they first start off trying to make a living. Because, I mean, I started off at a football field sweeping up people's trash they threw on the ground. This looks more like a boy. What page do you want? I'm on page 85. But I know exactly how it feels to be super tired after work, so I know how that feels, man. I'm sorry. A part-time cashier, says Bloom. Yeah. Oh yeah, just a part-time cashier. Harakami too. I guess you guys are both part-time cashiers. Yeah, sadly I had to work full-time for the first job I had at the football field as a sweeper. That one was part-time, but I was only part-time for a little bit before I quit because I needed a job closer to where I lived because I needed to get my own apartment and I needed it to be closer to where I lived. So I quit that one and got a full-time job at Dairy Queen, as many of you know if you've watched my old content. That's where I worked for a long time when I was building this YouTube channel. A long time. That place was freaking hell, though. That was horrible. I hated working there. Mostly because of the boss and how busy it got. When it was summertime, oh gosh. Scavengers in their ice cream. But because of my work ethic, I was always taught to work as hard as I could or do the best job I could with the energy that I had, no matter what the job is, because it builds good work ethic in a person. And I did my job too good, and they forced me into being a manager. And when I say forced me, I mean like you would think I'm joking, but they can't force you. But I was a very timid person, back then, and they kind of just slid me into a manager's position. Yeah, it really sucked. They're like, do you want to be a manager? I'll give you some time to think about it. And then I just never got back to them. And then they're all like, have you thought about it? You know, like a few days later. And I was like, you know, I'm still thinking about it. And then my boss basically was like, I'll have the paperwork ready tomorrow. Yeah. I was like, what? I didn't say anything. So he just got the paperwork ready, and I just signed it. You know, I was young. I didn't have any money. I was very poor when I was trying to just make a living so I could draw and try to make rent. So I was like, you know, I really don't want this responsibility, but I was like, but I need the money for rent. So I was just like, I'm just going to go along with it, I guess. I never said yes necessarily, but I signed the contract. Anyways, that's man, you were so good that they forced you to be in charge. Yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily the coolest thing to be good at a fast food job, but I mean, what can you say? It's a job. You serve customers, and I didn't slack really. So he took me, put me on for. Some of you guys may not know this story because it was back years ago. Some of you might be newer subs. So, but yeah, for about I was a normal employee for 2 years at Dairy Queen, and then I was a manager for 5 years at Dairy Queen while I was learning how to draw. And the moment I became a manager, I'm not even kidding. The moment I became a manager, I worked 6 days a week after that. So every once in a while, he would give me 2 days off a week, and that would be about maybe every 2-3 months. He would give me 2 days off a week, so I would have 4 days off a month. And that was when I was building this YouTube channel. So if you go and listen to my the first videos on this channel, you'll understand why I sounded so tired. So 2786. Okay. But I said directly, I won't do that. Oh, you're talking about like a manager's position, how to call me? Yeah, man. Unless you really need it, I would say don't do it, because the responsibility as a manager, here's the thing. So before I went full time here, with you guys on YouTube and everything, just recently this year, I worked at a coffee shop while I was doing a lot of other stuff. So basically what happened was, like I said, I'm typically pretty good at those jobs because they're just jobs. You go to work, you do the orders fast, you say hi and bye to the person nicely, and what are they going to do? They're not going to leave you a bad review. So I was just a good employee, and it was to the point that they tried to offer me the manager's position there. They offered it to me at least 5 times, and I turned down the manager's position there every single time. And about a week before they asked me to quit, or I quit before they asked me before I quit, they asked me if I wanted to become the manager and what it would take for me to become the manager. And I directly told them, you could not pay me enough to be a manager at this place. And they were like, why? And I said, because every employee's mistake would become my mistake. And I said, and I've seen how the managers are treated here. And I was like, and I don't want that. I have other things in my life that I'm more focused on. But it was funny. All right, let's get a flow going. What do I want to do? Let's pull up my stuff. I heard someone say, yeah, it's fully cool. They must have been talking about the poster behind me. Yeah, the poster behind me is fully cool. That's character development. Pretty much. LOL flex. Oh, let's read some comments here. Got my coffee. How you possibly use your mind's eye like that? I need to use blocks to build my drawings. Yeah, it starts off. Yeah, Christine, maybe it is Adams. I didn't start off like this. So yes, I can draw without guidelines if I put my mind to it, but in general, I use a lot of blocks too. But it's just based on me doing this so much that, you eventually can do that and draw without that stuff because you've drawn it so much. It's like the same idea as you don't need reference for drawing a circle because now you know how to draw circles. So if you then know, if you could eventually draw a head without reference, you can eventually draw a whole body without reference. It's just a matter of putting the hours in. I'm trying to draw like a little girl going, yay! That whole work story was kind of funny. Do you like One Piece? Yes, I do. We just realized the song is on at 30 minutes again. Do you think doing little thumbnails for landscapes and perspective yields the same result as... Oh, what the? My thing moved. Same results as grander drawings? You must be talking about kind of the idea of doing super like big drawings with that what you're talking about in mind, like actually finishing a big drawing with landscapes and backgrounds and stuff like that. You're asking if doing thumbnails of that's going to yield a bigger return than doing the actual drawing and finishing it. Yes and no. So to get the concept down of feeling out, so when you're doing a big landscape, a lot of it has to, as an artist, a lot of it has to do with feeling out like the composition of it and scale and stuff like that. So you figuring out composition and scale by doing a bunch of little thumbnails, yes, that is going to help a lot more in that aspect. As for finishing it, the benefits to finishing these things every once in a while. So basically the point they're trying to make is if you do a bunch of these thumbnails, you're going to get the composition and the scaling and stuff like that down much faster. And if you go ahead and do finished drawings of that magnitude, you're going to end up having much harder time because you're going to be failing for hours of work on one thing compared to focusing on specific aspects when you're doing smaller thumbnails. So once you start kind of getting the hang of that stuff, it's going to help a lot more because it's one less thing to focus on as much when you're actually doing a full-on piece. Because if you're focusing on when you're drawing a big background or something, and you're being like, something about this feels weird, and you're actually trying to finish it, and then, you know, halfway through it you realize like the scale of the mountains compared to the trees look really weird, or the character just looks way too big compared to the scale of the trees in the background, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, there is benefits to finishing those pieces, but the thumbnails are to get you used to doing those types of just types of drawings in general, feeling it out. Kind of like, for example, when you're going to draw a whole person doing something that you're not used to drawing them doing, like, let's say, drawing a person quickly with their arm up like this, maybe doing this arm down like that, instead of going in and drawing things a little bit more complicated anatomy wise, doing a generalized shape like this might help out, just help you feel out the pose. And that's why like gesture and stuff helps out so much. Now that I did that, I would technically be able to go in here, and I'm doing it with the marker, but you go in and do it with pencil or something. So it's basically just doing your rough version. To get the general feeling of the flow, same idea for thumbnails. Because they're not used to placement of the human body. You might be a little bit more new to the placement of the body parts. And doing these rough versions are going to help you get familiar with placement of body parts and them moving. And this is obviously just could use some work on its own. This isn't even perfect. I mean, of course it's not perfect. It's hard to make anything perfect. Nothing in this world is perfect. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, Kuzo, you know who is Ichiro Oda? No, I have no idea who Ichiro Oda is. Of course, One Piece, man. Who, like, what artist who draws a manga style doesn't know who Ichiro Oda is? But yeah, no. Anyways, we got 165 people in here and 114 likes. Wow, there's a disparity there. What's going on, guys? Where are the likes? Do you know how anybody could complete a 600-page sketchbook in a month? It's been 2 days and I only completed 8 pages. Hey, everyone's at different levels and everyone has different speeds. You can up your speed, but it's hard. So it's about 20 pages a day. And I'm not even doing great at it myself. I wanted to do it in 16 days, and I've essentially, I might officially be pulling that back, and I don't think that is almost impossible. Doing 37 pages a day. Oh my goodness. I mean, I still haven't completely given up on it, but I've kind of given up on it. There's a point where you have to accept a portion of reality. But in my heart, I'm still unrealistically positive. All right, I'm getting down on the bottom here. Sorry if I missed anyone's comments. Up at towards the top, I'm gonna be on the caught up part here. I got a black paper sketchbook. I use it to draw in lights with white charcoal. That's cool. My bad, I forgot to like this video. Yeah, what's up, Malcolm? Huh? Kuzo is 3,550 years old. You are pretty close. Pretty close. Yo, Kuzo, what's up? Berto draws? Berto draws? Sorry if I messed up your name, which I did, definitely. Did you just wake up? No, not specifically. I woke up at actually 4 p.m. today, so woke up at a really bad time. I took like a nap. Do you know Akira Toriyama? Get out of here. Sup, hey Kuzo. I feel like that girl you're doing line art on is saying arigato sensei. Good. He's 49. Nah, 49. He has grandchildren. Nah, not quite. A little bit older. No. How do you get past perfectionism in order to finish a piece? That is a hard one. Gotta go. Bye, guys. See you later, Aubrey. Hopefully I caught you before you left. So the perfectionism one, that is definitely a hard one to get over. And I would have to say I had a really big problem with that for a long time. And there's just a point where you have to get to where you have to trust these people who have made it to a certain point and what they keep on saying to you. And one of the biggest things that is said a lot is fail faster. And the truth is, you spending hours on a drawing that is going to end up not looking probably as good as you ever want it to look anyways is going to hinder you, because the time you could spend drawing something else or refiguring out what's wrong with it afterwards. So basically the whole point is to do something, be critical, try to fix stuff within a time frame, try not to go too long, but you don't want to like accept it right away that okay, it sucks. You do want to give some pushback, but there's a point where you have to look at it and be like, okay, I've spent too much time trying to make this perfect when I could finish this, go draw something else, come back, and then reflect on what I've done on this drawing maybe like a day or two later and see if you can pinpoint what's wrong. And if you can, maybe, or if you can pinpoint what's wrong to begin with, once you finish it, you can go and kind of work on that stuff separately. So there's a point where, like I said, you're gonna have to just trust the people who have already been there and done that, and with their expertise. And I'm not just the one saying it. The people way better than me have said this. That's not my quote, fail faster. That's much more experienced people's quotes. So and that's actually where the person asked me about the thumbnail earlier, thumbnails of landscapes and stuff. That's actually one of the biggest things, is because landscapes are so big and vast. In order to properly learn them, they recommend doing a bunch of thumbnails of landscapes first to get the hang of doing these landscapes. So and by the way, doing thumbnails of landscapes that already exist is very good. Like compositionally, they already exist and they already look good, and you're like, wow, I really like that landscape or something like that. Like, let me just look. Let me go find a background here real quick. Oh, well, I guess I can just show you this one in general. Like, for example, this type of stuff. Great composition stuff. So, if you look at this and do like a small thumbnail composition of this based on what they're kind of showing here, it's really good. It can really help you instead of trying to do an exact replica of this at first when you're not as experienced. It might hurt you a little bit more because it'll take too long. You might as well go ahead and get a little thumbnail in here. And let's do the triangle one. So they're talking about this shape here, and then this bottom part is almost the same as the top part on this one. So we go ahead and do something like this. I'm going to save this onto my 600 folder, so that way we got it there. And then we can go ahead and do now I'm going to go in, since they did it with a lighter color, I'm going to go in with a different color myself, actually. And if you do these compositions over and over again, you'll start noticing patterns, and they'll also be ingrained in your mind for if you ever go to do a cityscape. Bam. And so you're getting the general concept of, it's almost like doing basic anatomy like this instead of doing full anatomy. You're learning the pose, you're learning the composition and the compositional elements, compared to when you're doing this, you're not learning the anatomy, you're learning the pose and the general structure. Hey, we got 174 people in here. Good to see everyone, man. It's always nice when we start getting close to the 200 mark. Are we going to get to 200? Are we going to... We got 166 likes. By the way, the outside of this mug is a little cat guy. Oh. Meow. All right. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do some Oops. I wish this color pencil was just a little bit darker, just a tiny bit darker. I could actually use real color pencils, which, you know, you guys don't need to use a Home Depot pencil. I just thought this was funny. I thought using this Home Depot pencil was pretty hilarious. Let's go in maybe with this blue. You're not late. Good to see you, Mahiyaki. Do you paint also? Not particularly. I mean, yes, I do paint here and there. I actually did a speed paint, and most of you probably have already seen this, but I did this on one of my streams. This is just for you asking. I actually did this quick little study here. Well, it wasn't a study. This wasn't without looking at anything. I did this on one of the streams. And I'll just let it play here for a second. It's only a tiny little time lapse, but so yes, I mean, I did learn how to paint, and this is a value painting. Yeah, it's done. But I generally don't like paint often, but I do love painting. This is kind of a painting. This is when I started having my lung health issues. If this was a more so emotional illustration, and you can kind of see that I put in some line work here. You sound like cynics. I definitely don't think I sound like cynics, but I love that guy's painting style. He's a super good artist. By the way, if any of you don't know who Cynics is, go check him out and let him know I sent you. Nah, he doesn't know who I am. Got 180 people in here. Good to see everyone. I'm just showing a little time lapse of this here real quick. You can see that I put in some line work, but it was soft line work. If I zoom in, you could tell it's soft line work. And then what I do here is I do this stuff, and then I put in this base color, and then I changed, and you can see I go into a painting. I'm using the lines as like a contour here. They're just more so contour-esque, because the further I go in, the more, oh, I also did a tiny little character off to the side over here. See that? Yeah. You can see the further I go, the less the line work becomes predominant, and I actually paint out. So you see this here? I actually start painting out I start painting out some of the line work. I start painting over it. And that's kind of one of the painting styles I like to do, where you have the line work and you start painting over it. But yeah. And there's the whole drawing. Gonna draw Owen. Sounds good, Grand. How do you know when you are at a level that is pro-like? To be completely honest, the answer is actually more simple than you may know. Look at a professional artist and ask yourself truthfully, are you even close to their level? That sounds too easy, but I mean, it's the truth though. Like, if you can be honest with yourself and not be conceited, but also not be completely self-hating, that's important. Like for me, I know that my art is technically at a professional level. It's at a professional level. Now, what level of professional is that? I'm not at the top tier. I don't put myself on the level of Kishimoto, especially not Takashi Obata, Ichiro Oda, Yusuke Murata. I don't put myself on the level of them, but I do know I feel like I'm more so at the intermediate level of professional, like full on, like recognized professional. Like, for example, look at Ichiro Oda's first manga. The first pages of One Piece. They're not the best in the world. His art isn't like rivaling Tite Kubo's and Kishimoto's. He wasn't the best artist to start with, and you can kind of tell that. But he grew into it. He became way better as he went on. And that's what I mean by his art still held its own compared to those other ones. It was at a professional level. It just wasn't at the level of some of the other artists, and that's okay because you don't have to start at 100%. No one starts at 100% typically. Even Naruto. Go look at Naruto's first volume compared to his later volumes, even into 26, and look at his first ones all the way up until like volume 10. Look at his style change. Like he knew perspective and anatomy pretty well, but if you look at his style specifically, it developed by leaps and bounds. And by volume 26, huge difference. But he had a great foundation though, so that's why I like always kind of harp on foundation, because your foundation is what matters. You'll grow into your style. You don't typically make your style. Your style kind of comes in on its own. Like, for example, with my early works, man, like if you look at my work with Noir Caesar, I've done 2 volumes with them now. But if you look at those volumes back to back, I started with Arms of the Dragon, and then I went on to Ordinal Tempest, and you could see a huge improvement from the first chapters of Arms of the Dragon all the way to the chapters in Ordinal Tempest, because it's just I started off, I made 2 whole volumes with them, and by the end of it, of course I'm going to be better. And that's why I said it's a matter of actually just finishing your work and also just putting in the work in practice. But finishing works. Very important. Harukami says. Harukami says, I agree on that. Yeah, for sure. Oh, bro, did Cruiser miss Super Chat? Oh, I think I might have. I think I saw something, but. Hey, what's up, Zero? Or Sir Zero, I guess, technically, with the Super Chat. I really do appreciate. Thank you very much for the Super Chat. We got hello, says Sir Zero. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. I always appreciate any Super Chats that come in. No pressure. Don't have to actually send any, but like I said, I always really appreciate them. They're like that extra thing that is like, yeah. And you can always ask questions on there. Some of them I may not be able to ask to the fullest extent, but Super Chats always get recognized. You didn't mention Tite Kubo. I think I did at one point, actually. But I don't think I did at the first part. Can you show me how to sketch like a pro? I mean, sketching, everyone, when you're starting off, you're always looking at people's drawings and being like, wow, their sketches look so cool. Like, wow, like, how do they do that? And you know what? You want to know the truth? Sketching comes with control, and control is draftsmanship. So basically, you have to get better draftsmanship, which is basically just better control over your lines, being able to even do straight lines, circles, curved lines, thin to thick lines. That's draftsmanship. So just getting better at your draftsmanship will make you better at sketching. Because a lot of the time people will be like, wow, your sketches look so cool, and it's because it's so fluent. You can just, you know... Ooh, sorry guys. First of all, your lines get confident, and if you get confident in how to draw things, like you actually learn how to draw heads, you can be more confident in the directions you're putting your lines, on top of the fact that and so I sometimes lose some of my draftsmanship, and I have to go back and kind of reevaluate, and kind of got to get some of my control back again. So every once in a while I kind of lose it if I'm not focusing a lot on drawing. But if you're drawing all the time and practicing that stuff, like all the time, your draftsmanship will also naturally get better, but there's ways to improve it faster. Oh shoot, I messed up. I actually need to get some more control back. I'm just kind of trying to finish this page to move on. I'm actually pretty hot right now. Probably shouldn't have worn double this stuff. Okay, one thing I feel like I'm currently lacking is using my imagination. And by the way, this is very hard to draw on this right now, this corner, because of I'm trying to balance on these manga, and then I'm trying not to hit the microphone, which is literally right next to my hand. This is why I always like the start of the page, because my hand is all the way on the page. Alright, let's just go in with a quick yellow, just for the heck of it. Oh no, light blue. Let's do a light blue. Got 180 people in here. Holy cow, guys. That's crazy. We're almost at 200. We haven't broke 200 in almost like a year during a stream. Are we going to be able to do it? Are we going to be able to do it? Can we break 200? This is one of the more lame pages. This is page 86. So 0, 8, 7, and we're at 9, 27, 21. All right. I'm going to take this off. We got 181 people in here and 216 likes. I'm actually oh my gosh, I don't want to leave this stream. I was gonna change my shirt because it's so hot, but we got 182 people. We'll get them back. We'll get them back. Where's my BRB? Look at all these drawsings. I didn't want to. I'm going to do a BRB. Ugh. All right, I'm back. I feel like people like this. I like this plaid thing. All right, now let's go all the way to the new page. I'm going to move the sketchbook, put my coffee down, go to a new page here. All right, we got our new page. By the way, take a look at this, guys. Look how many pages we have done. Holy crap, do you see the size of that? They're only one side though, so I haven't done the other side. This is just how I do my sketchbooks. I do them a landscape. Alright, well, we definitely went down from 80, but that's alright. No, we've lost 10 people. I know, it's alright. It is what it is. That a Fully Cooley poster? Cool. Yes, it is a Fully Cooley poster. Thank you very much. Let's go down here. We've got 172 people in here. Good to see everybody. Gonna zoom in here to time zoom. Alright. And what did I want to focus on? I wanted to focus on using my mind is one thing I wanted to focus on. Here we're going to come over here and draw. I'm going to try to think of a pose real quick. I've taken up Crayola markers, Kuzo Sensei. That is awesome. By the way, for those of you who weren't here in the beginning of the stream, this is a Naruto I did with my value brand markers. Crayola and the extra value brand that are cheaper. So alright, well, Kuzo, how are you? I'm doing good, Mohammed. I'm doing good. Sorry, I almost said your name wrong. So right now, I'm trying to think of a pose and trying to be more, think of it in perspective more. I'm trying to follow my perspective. With this challenge, I've been doing a lot of drawing, but one of the things that helped me the most with these drawings is drawing stuff in a perspective that I create and thinking of stuff as perspective. That's always what helps me get better. And anytime I'm feeling a little too out of my drawing comfort zone, me defaulting back to the thing that is literally the base of art has always helped me. All right, let's do a sketch-a-roo. No, my school's starting. Oh no, Una. Oh no, Una. School start. Oh, we got 185 people. Let's go. All right, let's go. Let's get into this. I'm gonna try to. I'm just trying to use my mind a little bit more when I'm drawing this stuff. Like I'm trying to imagine what to draw. $185 people still in here. Go to 2,000, right? That Naruto looks amazing. Thank you very much. I was honestly surprised, and believe it or not, halfway through it, some of you may think that this doesn't happen to people like me, but when I had actually sketched that out, I was like, man, this is gonna look like crap. The pose it wasn't as fluid as I wanted it to be. It just didn't look that good to my eyes. It just didn't feel right. The flow didn't feel good. It just felt weird, and I kept with it, and very rarely does something that feels bad to me turns out pretty decent in the end, but this was one of those ones that turned out to be kind of decent in the end, and I was like, oh wow, that's cool. Here I am actually trying to practice the art of chunking. I'm trying to have chunks of hair that I had drawn. You saw that big chunk I drew? Right now, what I was trying to do was, when I sketched it out, I tried to basically sketch out, if I had long hair, sketch out a flowy chunk, sketch out another flowy chunk, then maybe do another one, and then do one over here, and then essentially go into these chunks and create different hair strands within it, so it turns into the general flow of the hair, but it actually looks like more than one piece. And then we follow maybe this chunk here, and this one that we drew, maybe branch off a little bit, and that's kind of what I was trying to do there. Branch off a little bit, converge again, come in. Yeah. Got 189 people. Are we gonna? Got 191 people. 234 likes. Are we going to break? Are we gonna break 200 in this stream? Are we gonna do it, guys? Are we gonna do it for the first time in almost a year? Okay, it's been like 8 months. Actually, I think it's been more than 8 months, to be honest. I am really liking. See, this is the stuff I need to do. I need to do more stuff in perspective. Dang, that's some sexy hair. Oh gosh. We got to keep it consistent and good. We got 193 people in here. Gotta stay with us. Get to 200. 195 people. You guys better not be going to like separate devices on separate accounts. Because that just feels like cheating. Like, that doesn't even feel good. I told my teacher about your channel. Oh, how'd they react to it? I'm always afraid about teachers hearing about my channel. By the way, just a heads up, guys. I did say I was gonna have a video coming out yesterday, and this is what happened. It didn't come out, and it's because I went to revise the video and rewatch it just to make sure it was of the quality I wanted, and I didn't like it. It wasn't the quality I wanted, and when I was watching it, I was like, I made the thumbnail, right? And I was like, I like this thumbnail. I like this video concept. I think this video concept can go far. And I was like, I want to do better for you guys. So I stopped it and I was like, I'm redoing this video. I'm going to figure out how to make this video better for you guys because I think it would be a great video, and decided not to upload it. I'm probably going to do a real-time video for you guys, and I'm thinking the real-time video is going to be of hands. What do you guys think? Me drawing hands. Boom, shaboom. There we go. We got that perspective. I like that. I like that. I'm good with that. I like it. Got 196 people in here. Good to see everybody. It's always a pleasure to see so many people. I've yet to have a teacher message me and be like, you've inspired my student, thank you. Which I don't know if I would see the message anyways, because I get so many messages from you guys out there. Got 194 people in here, 251 likes. You should stream on Twitch too. The reason why I don't is because over here I have a consistent base, and I do love Twitch for like the raids and stuff. I really like Twitch raids and like some of the stuff there, and it's much more fluent. It's easier to start a stream over there. I'm gonna be real. It is easier. You just click a button and you go. I'm going to try, let's do this. No. That's all wrong. That is all wrong. That's all wrong. I want to do this. So we're trying to do perspective stuff here. Now this one, I want the legs to be further apart. What I'm going for is that that feeling with the legs, you know, where they're standing there, and it's almost like you can feel the feet standing on the ground, like that really nice. I want to feel the feet on the ground. So I try to pull a little bit more dynamic where the head, technically, the shoulders are going to be here, here, and then that, there. I'm going to try to, I want to be able to feel everything down here. I'm doing something weird with the hands. I don't even care. I don't know if this is gonna. I don't know if I'm accomplishing it. Maybe I should go find something in which I, in kind of the same type of fashion that I'm actually talking about here, and see and kind of like break down the perspective that they're using. It's a 600-page arc. Yeah. Let me go back up to it. I asked him what his teacher thought about it. I beg of you, draw them hands. Yeah, I probably will do. Okay, you guys are talking about the hands thing. Yeah, okay. I probably will do the hands thing. Can you show how to do 4-point perspective? 4-point perspective is not very a common thing. Typically, it ends up being with a shape that has multiple sides. Multiple as in more than like 4. Because technically anything with, if you put a 4-sided shape in a 3-point perspective, but then you changed one of the planes, such as if I created a shape like this, if I came up here, created a shape like this, we're going for a cube. And let's imagine that this corner was connected, but let's say this is a 3-point perspective, because we got a perspective going this way, and I curved these downward, so we have one going downward. Now, if I took this corner and made this into a triangle, this is a different perspective, although slightly, this is a different perspective than the rest of the planes. It's a different plane on this. So this is technically a 4-point perspective. 4-point perspectives aren't very common. It typically, like I said, comes with something that has several different sides. Because this perspective would technically be going like this on its own plane, where it's slowly converging in that direction. These ones are converging that direction, then this direction, and then this direction. So that's technically 4-point. Got 182 people in here. Looks like we're not going to break 200 today, but that's okay. It's all right. He's chill with it. He doesn't watch art on YouTube and stuff. He does murals and uses Procreate. Ah, I see. Okay. How do you get better at drawings for the good? You learn the simplified shapes of the body parts, and you learn also perspective for you to even be able to put those in to perspective. So you need to know perspective to be able to actually put those simplified shapes into perspective. So I will do this body here in simplified shapes that I'm drawing. So I won't do like full anatomy. I'll do simplified shapes for this body structure. Doesn't feel as much on the ground as I would have wanted to have it feel. Didn't accomplish exactly what I was going for. Don't really like the gesture. I could have pulled the gesture a little bit more. So as you can see, these are much more simplified shapes. These are like blobby cylinders. Must end the disliker. You know, it's funny, I did an 8-hour stream and we didn't get any dislikes that whole time, which means, you know what that means? The disliker is awake during the day. We've at least narrowed that down. It's kind of weird. You don't see much trolls during the day, huh? No, I'm kidding. It's the lowest price for your Patreon, $1, but you don't really get much for that. It's more like the $1 is more of a tip feature than anything. The one that I say is the best value is the $15 one. It's $15 a month. The reason why I say that is because I don't gumroad my tutorials. They're all the ones the past 3 years I've done are all on my Patreon for $15 a month. That's why I leave it like that, and that's why it's $15 a month. If I gumroaded my okay, there's a lot of these Patreon creators that have their highest tier as like $5, like $10, and a lot of them, what they do is they take that material that they created the month before and they take it and they put it on the Gumroad and they sell it on Gumroad, and then they take it once it expires on Patreon, they take it off of Patreon so it's no longer available. Okay, so that means that anyone who comes the next month won't have that. They'll have to purchase it through Gumroad. Mine's $15 because I have everything backstocked on there already. I haven't Gumroaded any of it. Which, who knows, maybe in the future I'll Gumroad some tutorials that are more in depth. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, got that go there. Dang, Kuzo be exposing? No, no, it's not exposing. It's just a different business model. Like, if I really wanted to, I could do that, and I don't know if I want to. It's just, and it might be more profitable for me. So it's something that I might think about in the future, with more, just more updated tutorials that are much more in depth. I might think about doing a Gumroad version of it. So we know he's awake during the day. That's all the internet needs to find a guy. Does it have one about the heads? Oh, yeah, for sure. I have pretty much a tutorial on almost everything on there. And I'm going to be redoing some of them so they're more modernized. Because some of them are from like 2.5 years ago, which the rules that I do in them still stand completely on their own. By the way, just letting you guys know, the $15 tier and also the $10 tier, they both have like, it's like 32 anatomy sheets I have on there. All you have to do is, if you are a Patreon, search in the search bar on my Patreon page when you are a Patreon, and search anatomy sheet, and you'll find all of the anatomy sheets I've done, and I've done like over 30. So that's why, how many vids on the Patreon? Vids specifically? Let me see if I can find out. There's a lot. And as for, oh, by the way, there's also hundreds of sketchbook pages. Hundreds. So, I mean, I'm not saying you could do what you want. No pressure. Like, but for those people who are looking for like more hardcore tutorials, they are on there. So that's why I'm kind of letting you guys know about it like that. Posts. Vid. I don't know how many there are. There's a lot. Let's just put it that way. There's easily over 20. If it's worth it, I'll buy it. Hey, it's up to you, man. I'm not like, it's the thing with my Patreon is it's $15 a month, but it's like you don't have to keep it. It's, I don't know. I'm not trying to advertise it. I don't really mind. The Patreon is a big way to support me, though. Just let you know that if you're really looking to support me, that is one of the biggest ways you can actually help. And super chats here. It doesn't matter. I'm not trying to get people to go on there. Like I said, I've never really tried advertising it that much. Like, you don't see me posting it on my stories all that often, which maybe I should start doing that. I mean, I'm trying to make a living here, so I guess I should start acting more like a content creator. Right? Like, okay. Dun 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 dun. However, I'm not sure if I'll improve. Oh, I don't know the context of that. If it's worth it, I'm not sure I'll improve. I give up trying to get Kuza's attention. Oh, that sucks. Though you just got it. Sorry, there's just so many comments here. If I miss yours multiple times, I can approve that, says Harakami. I guess maybe you're talking about my Patreon, but thank you very much if that is what you're talking about. Yo, sups, guy, says John. Yeah, but if I miss your, it's definitely worth it. Thank you very much, Harakami. I really do appreciate it. He's been on there for a while, so. Like, for example, I don't want to talk about it anymore, but for example, like there's even videos on there that you may not expect that I did, where there's videos of me showing my process on how I actually break down illustrations. There's videos on how I break down dynamic poses. There's videos of me doing studies of manga panels. There's videos on there about how to ink. There's videos about how to crosshatch. There's videos about head anatomy, arm anatomy. I took one of the tutorials. I took a pose in one position and drew it in several other positions, but it's one pose, and I used perspective to do it. Yeah, there's stuff on there that people may not actually know that's on there. But enough of the promo. Kuzo, roast my art vid? Question mark. Local. So I got the super chat from Loc for Arts. Hopefully I said that right. Local artist. Sorry, for artists. But I'm just gonna say local artist. Wrote Kuzo, roast my art vid? Question mark. Roasting art vid is essentially a tutorial vid, and I basically do those as I have my Patreon submit art of theirs, and then I choose one randomly. If the one I choose randomly is a little bit easier to dissect, I'll do 2 for a video, but I might even do a live stream sometime doing it. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, not specifically anything right now, but thank you very much for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. But another one of those videos, I should try to actually get that going somewhat soon. Let's do that. Trying to get a weird pose going here. You know, we haven't been going as fast on pages today, but it's all right. I'm trying to get a nice flow. Haven't seen no Third today. He might be taking a break from the socials. Where you at, Third? Kidding. Let's go with let's go with a bigger marker. Got 182 people. Good to see everyone. Can you make a gore vid? How to? A gore? Drawing gore? I don't know how well YouTube would like that. I have books on it, but they aren't helping. How do you draw the head, eyes, and connect it to the body? That's a very generalized way to put it. how to draw the head, eyes, and connect it to the body. That's basically like asking me to how to draw a head and the face, and then how to put the head on the body. That's like several different things. Actually, just letting you know, you're the one that was asking about Patreon. I actually, this is what I'm talking about. I literally have a vid on my Patreon about how to connect the head to the neck from other angles. But also, I think the last stream I actually tried demonstrating that too. Maybe we'll do it on the next page again. As for the eyes, I would probably want to show you like more so a skull method for that, but the reason why I say it's good to learn a skull is because the skull gives you such an easy... Okay, learning the skull is kind of a pain at first, but once you start actually learning that skull, like, it benefits you so much because the skull literally has those points. You're like, where do the eyes go? They go in the sockets. Patreon is monthly? Yes. For those of you wondering when the Patreon charge goes through, because I've actually had some people ask me about that, it goes through for everyone no matter when you get it at the first of the month. So. And that's why, you know, I always feel weird about pushing my Patreon. That's why at the end of all my normal YouTube videos I say, and if you would like to support my artists, go check me out on my Patreon. And I say it like that instead of saying, I have these tutorials for those of you who are interested on my Patreon. Sometimes I'll say that, sometimes I won't. Because I don't know, I feel weird. I know I shouldn't, but I feel weird pushing it. I mean, I'm an independent artist now, so technically I should push it. I totally agree. It helps so much. Yeah, Harukami, yeah. And he's talking about the skulls, I believe. Yeah, the skull, knowing and understanding the skull basically helps a lot because it has those placements. It has the structure. It's kind of like perspective when you're saying, how do I draw a body going in this angle? Well, first of all, you want to maybe learn some basics of perspective first. Because the basics of perspective is what makes any of that even possible. You might be asking, is this a boy or a girl? It's supposed to be a very, very slender girl. More so like tomboyish body. And by the way, just letting you guys know, for those of you who don't know, Harukami's a pretty good artist, so you guys can check him out on Patreon or something. On Instagram. I don't even know. But yeah, you guys can check him out on Instagram. Harukami Art. We've talked quite a few times on the Instas. People are going to be like, you want a shout out from Kuzo? Basically preach how good his Patreon is and you're all good. No, I'm kidding. No, that's not true. Like I said, me and him have talked quite a few times on Instagram, so. But seriously, that was a joke. Don't actually think I'm going to be giving shout outs to people who did. That's just, yeah. because I know how the general public is, and some people get a little desperate. So don't actually. I think that's the case. If you're looking to do better on social media, it is literally based on your grind. You draw, you try to get better, you post it. You draw, you try to get better, you post it. You draw, post, draw, post, draw, post, draw, post. Tags. By the way, just letting you know, tagging other artists in your work, unless it's related to them, doesn't help whatsoever. I'm just letting you know that. If you're one of those people who tag an artist because you drew a fan art of some other series, it has no effect on your post at all. If you drew something based on that artist, that's a different story. Did some studies of their stuff, practices, artists might come and like it or something. Because some people, for some reason, think it helps them in the algorithm. Because some person said that one time on someone else's post I saw that they did that with, and they were like, "Why'd you tag me in this?" And they were like, I think they said something about like engagement, or like they said something, and I was like, "What? It doesn't work that way." I was like, social media doesn't work that way. If you tag someone in it doesn't do anything unless they share it. Alright. Boom. Got that. That was fun. I actually really liked this pose. At first I was a little worried about it. This side of the page looks so empty. Let's hop over here and actually do just like a quick face or something, like maybe a Kuzo. JoJo pose. Where's my eraser? Love your persona, man. Thanks, no problem. Oh, no, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Let's see. That's pretty lit. Thank you very much. Kuzo JR? JR? Jur? I'm not sure what you mean. Kuzo, what happens if you stop paying each month? So if you stop paying, you'll lose access to everything. So that's why it's one of those things where you only have access when you pay. But yeah, if your card declines or doesn't go through, you just lose access to everything. What happens if you don't pay each month? Oh, I think I just read that one. I'm just going to ask when he stops drawing. Oh, I might have already answered. Do you know Project Divider? Yes, I do. Me and him are good friends, actually. We've been so busy lately that we've had a hard time connecting and chatting. But yeah, me and him are good friends. We've talked... When we first started talking and chilling with each other, we used to accidentally talk for like 10 hours straight. But yeah, he's super cool. Me and him are super good friends. gonna finish this guy. Gonna look at some more chats here. It's funny how people don't understand why I do the arrow thing at first, but it makes so much more sense when I tell them it's because my mind goes in a million different directions, so I put arrows on his head. And it just makes so much more sense. And as an artist, I guess most of you could probably relate to that, and that's exactly where it came from. Where your mind just goes in so many different directions, or if you're wondering how to do something or you can't figure something out, your mind's just like, nah. And when I was in that mood one day, I just drew this character, and I liked it. I was like, yeah, this encapsulates what's going on in my mind, quite literally. I don't feel comfortable at the fact that most of this episode is me talking. Not most. I don't feel comfortable with the fact that I talked about my Patreon so much during this stream. That stuff doesn't make me feel comfortable, which I shouldn't care as much. Oof, yes, I had those tags. Yeah. How much of the eye do you actually see on a person? I don't know exactly what you mean by that. Stream. Hopefully we can do that again someday. Yeah, totally, Harukami. I don't know exactly what you mean. I'm guessing. If I had to guess what you're talking about, let's move on to the next page. I'll write down the dates here in just a second. If I were to have to guess what you're talking about, you might be talking about the fact that this is the actual eyeball. Here's your eye. And then what you might be trying to get at is the fact that, yes, our eye actually then does this. So yes, that's pretty much how our eye goes. This is the more accurate way to think about eyes when you're trying to dissect exactly how they work. This is how you would technically dissect the eye. No commissions? Not yet. But does he think this as well? I'm not sure what you mean, but I miss chatting with those two. Project Divider is so good. Yes, he's awesome. First time watching my stream. Hopefully you're still here, but thank you, Shiro. Leo. Is he American or Japanese? He is. I don't know if it's my room to say, to be honest, but he's not Japanese. No. I'm sure he doesn't mind me saying it, but he's Canadian. What's your parents' response to you going to art college? I didn't go to art college. I didn't even go to college. I had a very interesting relationship with my parent. I didn't have two parents. I only have one parent. And yeah, yeah. Let's just say it was only me who pushed myself to want to become something in life. Is the 600 pages sketchbook challenge? Yes, this is the 600 page sketchbook challenge. Do you ever plan on stop using Patreon in the future? If so, please don't. It helps a lot. I do not specifically, like, I have no plans on stopping it right now. Who knows, in the future I could have a time where I halt it, but currently I don't have any plans to halt it. I've got 174 people in here. Good to see everybody. See, what are we going to do? This is our perspective we got here. I'm not essentially drawing them in this 1 point perspective per se, because they're going to be facing sideways. Not completely sideways, but I'm trying to make this another slender female body, more so tomboy-esque. Yo, glad I caught this live. It's been a while, but I just wanted to say you're so genuinely awesome, and you help inspire me and my art all the time. You're so cool for that. Thanks. Hey, thank you very much, Twisted. I'm glad I can help inspire people and inspire you. That's one of the whole reasons why I even do this stuff, so that's awesome to hear. I was concerned when you're doing the live for 8 hours. Hopefully not sleep deprived. That day I was. There's a Wolverine anime on Netflix. Nani? I guess. I don't know. I've never really looked for it. Tell us your childhood drama. Nah, I'm alright. For now. Have you tried Heavy Paint? No, I haven't. Is that an app, or are you talking about actual paint? Favorite anime? Right now, it's My Hero of all time. Naruto had the biggest impact on me overall. But also, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is dope. Respect, bro. Thank ya. Who needs college when you can do art on YouTube? Says ink drop art. Um, so how to practice perspective from life? That honestly, practicing, first of all, you have to understand perspective a little bit to try to really get real life drawing to feel decent. Because I'm gonna tell you now, trying to draw from real life and actually get that perspective is very hard. um, it is very hard. Sorry, I just noticed something wrong with this. uh, I noticed something wrong with this. So technically, it'd be better if we did something this size, because we want all of the eye whites to be showing, right? We want the eye whites to be showing off to each side completely. So keep that in mind. It's something I just messed up on, but I caught just now. So you would want to make sure these eye whites go all the way to the side, because that's how it actually works. If the eye whites weren't there, I made the iris, this part of the eye, too small. The iris is actually the middle part, so I don't know what to actually call the eye. But yeah, that's more accurate. Just keep that in mind. You're gonna want to know decent perspective before. I mean, you can go try to draw stuff in real life, and it might turn out fine. But learning some perspective and then going to do that will help drastically. Because one, drawing from real life is actually pretty difficult, but it is extremely beneficial. It makes you start understanding 3D space in a completely different way. It really does. But it is quite difficult, at least for me. Bro, yes, says John. It's the artist, not the tools. True that. Would you ever animate? Not specifically. I might do an animatic where it's just like sketchy stuff. Still waiting for the manga date. Yeah, I know. Red, blue pencil are good for sketching. Yeah, they are. So Kuzo, would you make an art book with all the stream and sketchbook content? Like, is there a possibility? I don't know. I don't know if how much of a market there would be for that. All right. We are at 2 hours, so we're going to be going a little bit longer, but not too much longer. Let's go ahead and rumble in here. Let's see if we can get something good. I use this marker, but this marker is going to be a little thick. I'll try to draw light. I wonder if when I do the sketchbook tour, if people are gonna like, if this video does take off, I wonder if people are gonna be really skeptical, or like, why'd you draw so many anatomy poses and not like finished drawings? And it's like, to practice. That's what I use sketchbooks for. I don't use them for finished drawings. If I'm gonna finish a drawing, I'm gonna do that digitally, you know? That's a bad foot. Ugh. Also, I think I should put this knee up higher. Note to self. I actually have a big problem with doing that with the knee. I think this booty should have been up a little higher too. Ah, I've been drawing so many male bodies, I accidentally drew the arm thicker than I wanted to. Disaster has struck. Ah. And this finger's going, should be going a little bit more this direction. Disaster has struck. I have been played by life itself. Head's a bit too small too. Not the hair, but the head. Just trying to keep this in mind. Bam. All right. You think males are harder to draw than females? I have a harder time with males, females specifically, but females are pretty hard to draw. Yes, they are. There are some anime characters that bridge gender styles. Yeah, a little so. How long does it take to get the hang of anatomy? I've been doing it your way for 3 weeks now. I've been way more confident, but I'm not sure I want to be more confident, but I'm not sure I want to be yet. Also, with drawing hair and clothes. So, I mean, it's good to be confident. It doesn't mean you should stop practicing. So, the way you end up forgetting the stuff you learn is by being, like, thinking you got too much of it down. You should be confident in what you're able to at least do. Be truthful to yourself, but don't stop drawing that stuff, because it takes much longer than you think to memorize something. So if you think that you're getting the hold of something, and even if when you think you actually got it down, you could draw it without looking at it and stuff like that, you would be surprised how fast you'll forget it if you don't keep up your practice. There's practice to learn new things, and then there is practice to reinforce what you know. And if you do the reinforcing what you know enough, then it becomes memorized. Like, for example, me, I can go ahead and draw this head shape because I've drawn it so many times very easily, because I've drawn it so many dang times. I can draw that head shape really easily. Then I can go ahead, put in the nose, the eye, stuff like that. This is a memorized shape for me. Sometimes it's a little worse than others when I do it, but that's consistency. If I want to make it almost exactly the same every time, I have to do like a page of these, continue to keep up on it. But for the most part, this general shape for me is pretty memorized. I mean, you should always be proud once you start making some breakthroughs. But remember, when you're doing stuff for a while, you're going to get breakthroughs, and you're also going to have some stalls, some standstills, because you're either not putting in new information, or your mind's taking some time to fully register what you're putting into your brain. Post this comment a lot. Have you seen it? I haven't seen that specific one. So, Kuzo, would you make an art book? I think I've actually answered that quite a few times from other people asking too. I don't know. I don't know if I'll make an art book or not. If I do, it's not going to be anytime soon. If I made an art book, I would want to make sure I have enough finished, finished illustration pieces that look good. I mean, I know a lot of people say, well, just make an art book out of your sketchbooks. I feel like people would be more interested in, if I did do an art book, I could throw in like a couple anatomy things into the art book, but in general, I think I would just do like an art book of finished pieces and show like little process parts to it, maybe stuff like that. But his neck is going too far forward. His neck is going too far forward. Younger, less ripped body shape here. Oh, that's missed the hand I was doing there. Nope. Head on neck. Alright, let's see if I can go ahead here and let's move this up here. Ooh. I'm trying to move my microphone. Alright, so head on neck. Let's draw let's move this up here. Let's draw neck. Alright. That's too... It's almost the same direction as that. And what direction do I want the head? It's kind of like maybe... I always generally put it to where if we're doing this from the side, this is the neck, right? and we got the triangle, but it's going through to the other side. Do that. Essentially, the ear is almost to the halfway point of the next cylinder, so we put it there, and essentially we go down, come up, go over like this. That's my generalized idea. That it goes generally like that. Alright, so I'm going to have this head generally go, so I basically did that. I'm going to have this head go looking over to the side a bit, which we want to make sure the neck's not going to, okay, this is that part of your, we got the, so these go downward. These muscles that people know about go from, basically from where your ear is all the way down to the middle of the collarbone area. So that means your ears are going to be generally somewhere here and here, right? So I'm having his head turn a little bit, which means we're probably not going to see that side of the face. Having his head turn a little bit, or we're not going to see that ear. So this means the chin, there's no way the chin's going to be that close, like all the way down here, unless he's doing this, which he's not. So that means I'm going to put the chin right about here. We're going to follow this jaw point down here, follow that over here, which once again, like I said, I have a Patreon tutorial breaking this more down in depth from different angles. But now we got this, there we go, and boom. And now if I go in over here, let's use like do I have a light green in the big one? Yeah, I do. So big one, light green. We're gonna come in, create this face shape. Whoa. Oh, hopefully I got this. Dressmanship. I was trying to make a less muscular person again. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I didn't even write down the... So this page was... Oh, darn it. 28 or 87. So this is 0, 8, 8, 9, 27, 21. And this is going to be 0, 8, 9. Dang. 9, 27, 21. All right. Is drawing big Buddha good for you? Booba. It isn't that difficult for me. Actually, it's easier than drawing small ones because of the method, which is the heart method. This is the heart method. Trying to straighten this out. Whatever. This thing's fighting against me. Alright, whatever. Let's do that. Big Booba method. Big Booba is essentially like collarbones, go down here. Alright, I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom really badly. I wonder if I have a BRB around here somewhere. Like, I really gotta go to the bathroom. BRB gotta be around here somewhere. Oh my gosh. Right? Oh god. I really gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. All right, guys. So I also had to get a drink of water too. Sorry about the wait there. Teacher's out. See what people are saying. All right. 43 people in here. Okay, let's show the booba. I don't really like that shoulder, but it is what it is. All right, so we're doing that. Let's make thinner shoulders, slightly thinner neck. I did not have any water in here either. I had coffee. I'm out of coffee though. I'm not drinking any more tonight. Alright. Hey, what's up, Third? You're only like 2 hours and 33 minutes late. And you came in right after I just had a bathroom break. Oh, frick, he's back. Oh, you just woke up? Dang, if you just woke up, that means... What is that? Is that like 10 o'clock at night your time? I'm doing alright, dude. I'm doing alright. How you doing? I know you took a break from the challenge. I took a little bit of a break from the challenge. Yesterday too, I only did like 3 or 4 pages. I did 4 pages. I took a little bit of a break though. For the person who was asking, this is the heart method. So... basically, look, it's an upside down heart. We create a triangle right there. Bam. It's 5 a.m. for me. Oh, that's some good sleep. That's better than anything else. My sleep schedule's back to normal. Mine is completely... I woke up at 4 something a.m. or 4 p.m. today. So yours is back to normal. Mine's trash now. How? Yeah, I slept for 8 hours. That's crazy for me. Oh, dang. What number page you on? I'm on 89 right now. It's a lot of pages, but in retrospect, compared to like what needs to be done, it's not that much. Oh, by the way, I got some new pens, bro. I got Crayola pens. I don't know if you know what Crayola is, like how cheap they are in America. They're supposed to be like, you know, kids' pens. Ooh, actually, I'll show you. I drew this earlier today with my value brand pens. Who's your favorite anime character? Probably Naruto. I love Naruto. Naruto and Deku. But yeah, I drew this with just the value brand pens. It's 11:21 a.m. here. Dang. So it's morning time for you. What is the hardest subject for you in high school? English, history, and math. Pretty much everything. Oh, we had those in the Philippines, and that went when I was a kid. Yeah. That looks so cool. Thank you very much, man. Yeah, pretty much all the subjects were hard for me. Math got a little bit easier. I got super interested in math once I realized, once I started using my brain. So that sounds like a dumb thing to say, but basically for a majority of my childhood, I didn't have an active thinking brain when it came to those kind of problem solving things. I didn't understand problem solving. I didn't try to solve problems in like an active kind of question asking manner. Um, and there was a time in high school once something kind of clicked in my brain where I understood, oh, memorization is this. Oh, this, that, and this. Everything's simple in math when you know there's only one answer. And I didn't understand algebra because my brain just worked different. Like, basically, my brother would ask me if if two times x equals 35, what's x? And he said, what's x? I was like, I don't know, it's x. What do you want from me? I didn't understand that they were trying to say, let's say this problem is this plus this times this equals this, and it actually shows you the answers. Like, 2 times 2 equals 4. That's that type of thing. I didn't know I was trying to say that this was an actual answer. This is an actual problem. Figure out what this was because it is actually. I didn't understand that. I was a dumb kid. But once I understood that's what they were trying to say, because they never explained that to me. Maybe it was just because I had a bad teacher. I don't know. But once I understood that that's what they're trying to do when they're asking that question to me, I was like, oh, I understand now. And so I got really interested in math. And during my home classes or whatever, like the 20 minutes before your class starts in some schools, it was with this math teacher, and I would have her like give me problems and stuff at a higher level than what I was at because I started getting really interested in it. That didn't last very long, but but it started interesting me because I understood what they were trying to say, and it intrigued me because I was like, wait, that means I'm not dumb. Also, one for them can be confusing for me. Uh, I was always a little ahead in understanding math. It was just slow at working on the math problems. Yeah. Um, Harutakami says to third, I started watching David Finch. Maybe I should watch some of his videos as well. Math needs to solve her own problems. uh, yeah, I don't know. It was really fun once I started understanding what they're trying to say. And I think it really was that just the teachers weren't really meant, like, they just weren't really. I just didn't fit very well with their teaching style. And you want to know what happened when things started clicking for me in high school? It was when I took Japanese, and basically it was a subject that I realized I wanted to learn in it. I wanted to know how to do I wanted to know how to memorize this stuff. I really like, Japanese manga and stuff like that. So I wanted to learn this stuff, and I forced myself to learn how to start memorizing stuff, and it started working. So all it took was me going into a subject that I actually wanted to learn in order to push myself to the point where I was like, oh, this is how you do this. and it made me become more active. So basically, it is the education's fault for not making these things more interesting for us kids, more wondering, more not wondering, more just interesting, more fascinating, because it really can be the teaching style. So a good example for this is I really like space nowadays. I really like the idea of rockets, space, science. Um, I hated science when I was younger because none of it made sense. The science teachers were always just like little douchebags, you know. And but I love it now because I understand the wonder of science and outer space and the cool things about it. And they did not instill that into me when I was a kid. They just didn't. Uh, they tried to say math is everywhere, and I'm like, I don't care. That does not intrigue me whatsoever. Science is everywhere. Science makes is what allows things to explode. I'm like, cool, bro. Like, if they told me aliens, then I might have been like, hmm, tell me more. Try to wrap it around to aliens and fantastical elements or something like that, you know? Though I would say if they showed explosions in class, it probably would have caught my attention, because it did sometimes. All right, start trying to use our brain. Draw an alien. How long did it take you to become a pro artist from learning the fundamentals? Phew, that's kind of a hard one because I still had I had a decent kind of structure with my art before I started hitting the fundamentals like hard, like understanding that they are extremely important. So I had a decent base, but even if you have a don't have a super decent base, um, the things that will help you be able to accelerate everything with the fundamentals is the biggest thing is draftsmanship, because fundamentals are already pretty hard to get the hang of, but draftsmanship is going to allow you to be able to actually draw these things that you're trying to learn. It's going to allow you to actually draw them. You're going to want to be able to, when you tell your brain to move your hand a specific direction, it moves that direction. So draftsmanship is being able to actually draw accurate lines. And to be real, like, draftsmanship doesn't have everything to do with drawing. Draftsmanship is something that could be for a person who does lettering, calligraphy could have great draftsmanship. Draftsmanship is just the control of those lines. Now, of course, you're going to have control of those lines for it to look good in drawing. So you're going to be at first fighting against draftsmanship and fundamentals when you're an intermediate beginner artist. Now, to answer your question, if we kind of try to eliminate as much of that pushback as possible while you're learning the fundamentals, it typically can take around 2 to 2.5 years if you're doing really hardcore studies and really trying to figure this stuff out. And it can be grueling, but at the end of it, you get to the level you want to get to, really. Who in the comments used to run up the stairs as fast as possible because you thought something would kill you or something? Me. I would do that if it was dark. But some people talk but do not really teach. That is why I know you're a true teacher, Kuzo, with patience, wanting students to learn, observations of your personality and way of communication you get across. Well, thank you. I'm glad that my communication can get across to so many people. Do you keep your sketch? I don't know what you mean. If you're talking about digitally, yes, I keep my sketch. If you're talking about traditionally, if I sketch it and I don't do anything with it, no. If I'm going to be inking it, I also don't keep my sketch because I'm going to be inking on the same page. So fun fact, I have an alligator head in my room. What the? How much are the commission prices? When I do post them, you'll see them on my stories. I have mentioned them on my stream before, but I don't really want to go over them right now. Kind of just with the draw. Which we will be ending the stream somewhat soon here. It is 9:36 my time. I gotta make some dinner around 10. Oop, let's move this up. You're heading, everyone. Have a good day or night. See you later, Soulbound. Thank you for staying for so long. By the way, we almost hit that 200 concurrent viewers at one point. That was very close. I mean, we're not going to do it, obviously. It's towards the end of the stream. But we almost did do it. That would have been cool. Maybe we will get there. I have a feeling some of it might be from the new people who have been around. The new followers of the squad. They might be contributing. I need to post something on Instagram soon. I might need to work on that tomorrow. We did hit 200, but they left right afterwards. Really? Well, shoot. YouTube may not have like officially have counted that because like on my side it says that we didn't hit 200. I mean, let me see actually. Yeah, it said on mine, I think it said the highest that we went is, it was like 96 or something. So they might not have counted what it was showing there for some reason. And there's a bunch of different reasons why they could actually do that. Like, for example, if someone was watching on the same account but on two different devices, it might have shown that two people were watching, but YouTube might have known that there was only one person because it was from two different devices. They know that stuff, but sometimes it can trick it in the moment. Dang, there's a way to make this look more no, should we go in the other direction, right? Dang. Yeah, darn it. The fold should have been going inward, like out that way, not the other way. Darn it. It's not specifically Totoro. It's just a Totoro shaped looking thing that he's holding. I have no idea what the heck's going on here. Maybe just add like a... Where did you learn drawing from? I feel like I've answered this question like 50 times. I just learned it on my own. I learned it from Pinterest, from the internet, from... I didn't learn it from school, let's just put it that way. I learned it from the internet. I searched it up, I learned it from manga, I studied it, found out the fundamentals, searched it up some more. So I learned it from the internet, really. And manga. Before I used the internet, I used manga. But the internet is super useful for like very specific searches, such as learning perspective and form and value and color theory and stuff like that. Oh, see ya, Ink Drop. Have a good night. Any artists you look up to? Yeah, plenty. I mean, I don't know how well I would be where I am right now if I didn't have someone I looked up to. I look up to Kishimoto, Yusuke Murata. Um, I look up to Ichiro Oda. I look up to Horikoshi. I look up to um, specific elements of specific artists, Tite Kubo. Um, I look up to a lot of artists. I even look up to artists that are at the same level as me because you say, how do you look up to them? Because every artist has some strengths and every artist has weaknesses. So when I see another artist that's around my level, doesn't mean we're at the same level on everything. It just means that I might look up to them in the aspect of what they can do with specific perspectives or their character design skills, or they could be better at me than other stuff. Speed. There's so many different elements that you can look up to someone from. And I'm sure I missed someone in that when saying people I look up to. I'm sure I missed a mangaka. Um, there we go. Let's go on with the light, the blue. Oh, well, purple and... yeah, purple blue go well together. I don't know if I'm going to make it to page 100 tonight, but that would be cool. Not on stream. We're not going to do that on stream because I gotta do some stuff tonight. But I know we're making to a page 100 tomorrow, but it would be nice to make it to page 100 tonight, That would be very nice. But we probably are going to be heading out very soon after this drawing here. Why is the mouth weird? You're weird. There, I put one dot on it. Maybe it looks better for you. Go ahead, send me a critique, actually. Let's find out what to draw. I like the head position. Let me try drawing that head position. Third. Oh. Why is he holding a short dog? Because the short dog has a defect. How dare you judge that dog? How dare you? Do you draw animals? Not specifically. I mean, if I have to draw animals, I do, and then I also look at reference, because I don't have specific, you know. I don't have, like, I'm not like the best at drawing animals. I did this without reference, but it was based on something that I remember seeing a while ago from Kanaru. Kana. This. So I saw a dog from Kanaru a while ago, and I did not look at anything from this, but yeah, but I did this without any reference. But in my mind, I was thinking about that. Man, I always really liked that leg of his. To go back and do some stuff like that. Kuzo, you draw mechs? Not particularly. I have drawn mechs, though. By the way, I'm totally. Some people are still talking about the mouth thing. The mouth thing was just funny to me, so I just went the way I did with it as a joke. Because I've been told my mouths look weird, and I'm okay with it. Everyone has their own opinion. Like, I just wanted to say something funny. Maybe I should try to do that thing where the mouth overlaps that lip, but then this shows up on the other side, like with what we were learning a few days ago with Kim Jong-gi's drawing. I might try to do that with this one, with the lips and stuff. I prefer Kuzo's chest lumps. You're a study. Yeah, that's... You're a study. By the way, third, the reason why I even got these pens, because I knew they were thinner, and I saw you drawing with your pens, and I was like, why are mine so thick? My other pens, like, for example, let me go down to here. So this is the new pens I bought. That line. Now, if I go to the orange of my other pens, they're a little bit thicker, and they get thicker when I draw, like, as I go, because it rubs down the edge of the pencil. All right, let's do this. What was it? How did he do it? Dang it. I wish I had it near me. I could go look for it, but I am too lazy to do that right now. And that's how you try to learn stuff. If I can keep incorporating this into it, you're a study. Gosh, I need to start saying that. You're a study. That's what I'm just gonna say from now on when someone says something like that. Even if it doesn't make any sense, that's what I'm going to say from now on. Wow, I completely messed up with that neck muscle. I wasn't paying attention. And I drew the collarbones here when they should have been over here. So maybe the neck muscle's right, but the collarbones are in the wrong spot. Oh well. You're a study. What's your account name on Pinterest? I'm not sure, actually. I'm serious. I know I could look right now, but once again, too lazy. It might be Christopher Crady. I'm not sure. What kind of hair do I want to do? She says yes, it is Christopher Crady. Gosh, it's so weird people saying my name, my real name in the comment section. It's very strange. By the way, I'm just letting you know I have 2 Pinterests, and one of them's empty, one of them is my one that I use a lot, and a lot of the stuff on there's private, so yeah, it might be Kuzomari in Pinterest. Like, I'm not sure. Like I said, there's 2 of them. Orange and let's go to the purple. So that only took me forever. Congratulations. Do I have a lighter pink than this? No. Ah, pink's too close. Let's go with the purple. Or the light blue. Yeah, let's go with the light blue. Might as well. See, light blue and orange don't do too bad together, but turned out alright. Not perfect, but it's alright. I probably shouldn't have put that shade on this cheek. It looks like a blotch of crap. That was a huge mistake. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. I could draw something down on the bottom. This page technically isn't done. I mean, what's done in life? You know, what is the meaning of done in life? I appreciate that you draw on papers. It's nice seeing what can be done without software. I mean, anything could, same as software. The only difference is you can't control Z. It doesn't really matter. If you want to see what can be done on paper, watch Kim Jong-gi. You guy's a nutball. Alright, you know what? Fine. Let's go ahead and draw almost the same thing. Different angle. Draw the lip. Mouth. Overlapping with the bottom lip. Draw the cheekbone here. Draw the mouth coming down there. And do that. Very similar, but at a slightly different angle. Let's do this. Head. What do you think I'm drawing? I say head. Kuzo, will Owen have a pet? No. Unless we're talking about the domesticated woman he had. No, okay. Cancelled. Cancelled. Obviously, it's a joke. I think my draftsmanship needs a little bit of work here. You know, those perspective practices I was doing early on the stream definitely were more beneficial. I need to do more of those. The only problem with them is they take frickin' forever. Whatever, let's do some different hair here. What we do with the hair? Actually, let's just do like big spiky hair. Let's do that. It's fine. There. Cool with me. I did it with pink because pink and yellow, remember? Pink and yellow were doing bomb the other day, huh? Cancel this guy right now. He said cat. Are you talking about me or someone else? Then isn't Owen the pet and she is his caretaker? Maybe. Will Owen have a pet? Trying to find excuses, done at the end of the day. It is but a mere concept created by humans. I'm confused. Kuzu is trying to find excuses, what really is done at the end of the day. It is but a mere concept created by humans. Not sure exactly what you mean by that, but have you started Tokyo Revengers? I have not, sadly. Cancel this guy. He said cat. Did I say cat at some point? But either way. Can you please tell me what the song was with the guitar? Oh, I actually don't know. It's probably the previous song. Let's go. Oh. Oh, this? Oh, Plenty Step. Plenty Step. It's PLENTY step. Two separate words. And the song is going to be on YouTube's audio library. Holy crap, we gone 3 hours and 20 minutes? What happened? Wow, Teacher Kuzo, you live very dangerously. He definitely likes Shield Hero. I've never watched it. I've heard about it. I know it had a big hype, but I never watched it. What page is this? This is page 89, which we have just finished. How long will the stream go for? I was thinking about I might end it almost here, or... So we are on page officially... We are officially on page... Let me go to my screen so I see what I'm doing. Oh, you guys can see my leg. It's underneath my other leg. Alright, so... We're officially on page 90. What happened? It's like the... Oh my gosh! We're almost at 400 likes! Dang! We just need 2 more likes for 400 likes. That's nuts. Alright, we'll go until 400 likes. Okay, it's about to happen. I guess we could at least do... I'm going to save that. I'm going to do reference of this. I realized we haven't really done much reference during this stream. I think he's actually curving his body forward a little bit. It's not indented too much right there. It's curving forward a little bit more. And we're looking at... We were at 414. What the heck just happened? How many people didn't like it? I said, okay, we'll go till 400. 15 people like it. After I said that, and it was 90 $8.99, 400. You guys are crazy. You guys be sitting here and not liking it. We got a problem here. I need to have something off to the side that says like video. Or I could just be a really good creator and try to integrate it into the drawings. I put like video, like with a drawing, you know? And fill up pieces of the page, you know? You know what I'm saying? No, say. This looks like it's going to turn out very badly, this study. Ooh, my stomach's making some sounds. I think something's coming. Oh, oops, I'm kind of off. There. I'm probably going to make the bottom of this a little skinnier because that's just kind of my style. Skinnier the way he made it. Man, I'm all over the place with this sketchbook right now. It's like over here, over there. Trying to keep it in the middle, but it's just the drawing is bigger on the page, so I've been having to try to move around the sketchbook to accommodate for it being a little bit bigger. $418, $420. Yeah, like the BRB drawing. Yeah. You can do it. Notice me. I have noticed you more several times, that one guy. All right. Yo, Pog. Caught up on the My Hero Academia manga chapters? No, I have not caught up on My Hero yet. Sadly. Oh, shows a little bit of the hand right here. Sword. For some reason, it's not showing the sword on this side. Maybe it's not a sword. Maybe it's something else. I don't know. Yeah, now it's 425. Look at that. We are taking over the world, as they would say, the wild. Alright, let's move this to somewhere where you can actually see me doing this. You know, one thing about mine compared to this is the head isn't far enough down. Oh, oh no, what's happening with the eyes? I fudged up on the eyes. You know what you do when this happens? You just start making them really fat and bulky, and then you black them in. Whew, dodge that bullet. Wow. I did mess up on the eyes pretty gnarly, though. This whole study is pretty bad. You know what? I need to do some, like, really focused studies after this. Because I haven't been doing, like, I'll be doing, like, half. I'll be doing lazy studies, basically. I haven't done, like, full, I guess you could call it master studies, like, studies where I'm actually trying to be really careful and, where I actually look for relation to each other, like pieces of hair, the relation, and try to actually get them to look close to a one-to-one comparison. Doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but close, very close at least. And I haven't been doing that because when I do that, to be honest, it helps a lot, just with drawing in general. Because one, you're sitting there trying to replicate the direction of this line very accurately. At the same time, you're visually trying to break down this work, which takes an analytical eye. So you're training your analytical eye at the same time that you're trying to train to what direction to move the pencil as draftsmanship, and it just kills a bunch of birds with one stone. It just murders those birds with one stone. Line art's hard. I don't blame you, bro. Yeah, I kind of went lazy with those eyes. No excuses. What is this song? This is one of the worst studies in my entire life. Maybe not. It's just this is horrible right now. I do not like this at all. If I started kind of going my own route with it, I might be able to salvage it, but not liking this. We win some, lose some, revise, do better. Dun, 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 dun. I wouldn't have known the song playing if you never would have mentioned it. Yeah, sometimes I just start going along with the song. Pretty bad study, but It is what it is. I'm kind of late on what I need to go do. Should have ended the stream. I should have ended the stream, folks. Alright. We're just going to quickly run through this here. Add in some of my own stuff. Just bust this out. Alright, huzzah. There. Did that study. The head's a little bit too big. Didn't really like to study to begin with, but that goes to show I have some stuff I need to work on with studies. But try to get that one done real quick for us. And I'm just going to quickly throw in some maybe yellow. I think blue probably would have done better. Why do I always make this mistake? I mean, yellow's not bad, it's just blue definitely would have been better for this. Alright, well, I'm going to come down here and hit this part too. Alright, well, there we go for the last illustration. I might stream tomorrow, might not. Let's see. I think I want to try to, if I can wake up early enough. How are the hands so perfect? I actually don't like that hand, but in any case, I probably will stream tomorrow, actually. We're at 429 likes. That is awesome, guys. In any case, we probably will stream tomorrow. And hopefully, you know, do some more stuff, have some more fun. I do kind of, if I can wake up early enough, I do want to do the hands video where I'm practicing hands, and hopefully maybe upload that. So hopefully that would be fun. What page did you get to? We are on page 90. So I'm hoping that maybe on my own time tonight I can get to 100. We'll see. I don't know. We did quite a few pages on stream. Actually, not that many pages on stream. But in any case, super fun. Good to see everybody. Hopefully I see more of you tomorrow. And see you there, guys. Peace out.